So we are in Trunk Bay today on St. John Island, and it is incredible.
So this is a pretty cool version of Walking with the Wrights, because we're going to show you around Trunk Bay. We've been here 30 minutes or so.
Yes, and so far I can't tell you, I am so impressed.
One of the most beautiful, if not the most beautiful beaches that we've ever been to.
The sand is so white and the water is so clear. Great combination.
I just met a guy from Cape Cod, and he told me he read in, I forgot which travel magazine, 2 years ago was ranked the #1 beach in the world.
I can see why.
Yep, I can see why.
We're going to take you on a Walking with the Wrights tour of Trunk Bay.
And along the bay to get to know us a little bit better. And hopefully it's not too windy, so excuse the wind if it gets too bad at times. But we're gonna share with you our most memorable scuba diving and snorkeling.
And just beach things that we've seen in the water.
All right, so Becky, what's the first thing that comes to mind for you?
Well, I have to say one of the most memorable experiences is when Jordan, one of our sons, came to visit us in Florida, Bonita Springs, I believe it was. And we were just outstanding in the ocean, and he came running down the beach. We thought, oh no, a shark or something. And there was a whole pod of manatees swimming through that area, and they literally swam into us. They bumped us, and there was probably, how many do you think?
If I remember correctly, because I counted them, I think there were 9.
Oh, I mean, it was the most incredible thing, and it was just purely natural, like nothing. If he hadn't come running, we might have thought they were sharks bumping into us. That would have been a lot scarier.
And of course they were really big. They had, you know, like mature ones as well as baby ones. And we followed them down the beach probably, I'd guess, about a half a mile, just walking along with them. It was like Becky said,
so
one of the most incredible experiences that we've ever had, and we have like 130 scuba dives on us, and that was one of the best.
Yes, and that tops some of the dives, a lot of the dives that we've had. It was just so cool.
Oh, Becky, look how beautiful this island is.
There's little rocks jutting out, and the water, I just can't get over it.
The water is so clear.
I mean, I feel like you could see out for like half a mile.
Yeah. Underneath water, as Becky's saying.
Well, I'm saying on top. I can see rocks way out there. It's so clear.
Yeah, it is beautiful here. Let's see, one of my most memorable moments was a planned dive. It was a shark dive in Roatan.
Yes.
And we were fortunate to do the shark dive twice. And
shout out to Rob, who got us a great deal on that, by the way.
And so we went swimming with the sharks. We have actually a video on that in the Roatan playlist you might want to check out. That was super memorable. We
were a little nervous to do it, and then it was so cool being down there. I mean, and there was a bunch of black-tip reef sharks down there. I mean, it sounds scarier than it is. For some reason, when you're diving, it just doesn't seem as scary. Now, if I was snorkeling and that many sharks came up, I would be terrified.
They have a feeding frenzy at the end of the shark dive.
Yes, and Bo wanted to feed, which he said if we ever came back, Bo could do it. But I'm not so sure I want him losing a hand or fingers or anything to do that.
So those are two pretty memorable water experiences that we've had. What's another one, Becky?
I really enjoyed the whale shark off the coast of Cozumel. That was really unique. It was short though. You don't get much time in the water, but just seeing such a beautiful creature underwater swimming around was pretty high on my list.
Yeah, that was amazing.
We also have a video about that, don't we?
Sure
Yep. So you can check that out. It was pretty cool. What's one of yours?
The Cenote dive in Mexico was really cool.
Oh, we didn't see any animals, did we?
Oh, that's right. We're talking
about animals.
Yeah, the cenotes actually don't have any animals like sea life in.
Because the water's cold.
So,
I mean, I feel like there might have been some kind of small creatures in there.
We didn't see any though. So.
Yeah.
All right, sorry. So strike one there. That's not.
I have another one. If you
all right, go ahead.
All right. So another thing we saw in Roatan was while we were just off the beach of West Bay snorkeling, we saw 5 eagle rays in like a triangle, well, not a triangle, but a point formation, almost like birds do in the sky, going across out into the deep blue sea. And that went right by us. It was so cool.
Yeah, really cool. Oh, look behind us there. Look at that. Wow. That is in the real far distance, that is St. Thomas.
Oh yeah, way. You can see the houses. There are a lot of houses on St. Thomas.
Yeah.
More than I ever thought there would be. So you got any more?
Oh, well,
I got another one. You got to come up with them faster, buddy.
Come up with them fast. All right, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'm going to give you a chance.
Let me think. Well, one of my most memorable was the first time we saw a shark in the ocean at St. Croix.
Yeah, I'm not on a shark dive.
No, we were just out scuba diving, and our guide started to spear lionfish.
Yep.
And then as soon as you started to do that, sharks started to show up because they wanted to be fed.
Yes.
And
they zipped around us really fast.
So that was, since it was the first time we saw sharks.
That was a little scary.
That was a little scary. We've seen a lot of sharks since then. And to be honest with you, every time we see them, it's a little bit nerve-wracking. Even if we know they're black tip, which shouldn't hurt us.
Oh, except for we saw a hammerhead once. Nobody believed us because apparently they don't see them very often in Bonaire. But we did see a hammerhead all by ourselves on a solo dive. And that was a little scary too.
Oh, look at that island right off the coast of Trunk Bay here. That's so nice. Wow. Trunk Bay has really white, soft sand.
Yeah, it is gorgeous. All right, I got another one.
All right, go ahead.
We did a night dive in Cozumel, and we saw the coolest octopus.
Octopuses? I don't know how you say that.
Octopus. They were so cool, and they moved around a lot, and so it wasn't just like finding them and then they darted into a hole. We actually got to see them move across the coral, and it was unforgettable.
Yeah, that was another great dive. So actually we've seen stuff not diving or snorkeling, so you can just be out in the ocean and get lucky.
Yeah.
And we've seen great stuff snorkeling or diving. So.
And we're going to snorkel here because we heard it's good, and we're going to see what we see. But we also have seen some stuff on St. Thomas on Brewers Bay. We saw lots of turtles, 2 eagle rays, a stingray, and the biggest barracuda I've ever seen.
All right, so that was another edition of Walking with the Wrights at maybe our favorite beach now that we've ever been to.
It might be. Don't forget to join us every Tuesday for a Walking with the Wrights. You'll get to know us a little bit better, and also comment so that we can get to know you.